Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shivaprasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome. Very sad state of affairs. We lost another Jawan, a soldier, fighting the battle, I say. It's not a war exactly. The shelling is continuing in between Pakistan and India. And Nayak from Andhra Pradesh, he lost his life. So DRTSPR channels and its viewers and the Indians across salute his sacrifices and pray for his soul to rest in peace and heartfelt sympathies, like we have been conveying it to the innocent victims of Pahalgam attack in April and subsequently recent Poonch. When India launched Sindhu, Pakistan is fighting a war in an unconventional way. This is not international. They are shelling the border areas. Now, Poonch is highly affected. They have lost more than 15 or 16 Indians. Some teenagers, youngsters, an auntie, they have lost their lives. Many Muslims are there, Hindus are there, and there is a mass migration from Poonch. Likewise, Rajasthan, Jaisalmer, and again the western Punjab border also. These shellings are reported. And the latest, I'll show you the report of the Indian Army, how they are using the Turkish drones also, how India failed in its diplomacy as Azerbaijan and Turkish have supported Pakistan openly. The Turkish ship was there. The Karachi port was blown. All that fake news, kindly don't believe. Go to the army sites. Even the union minister had a flip-flop on the Twitter on the port. And when a union minister and how Pulwama was exploited, the same way Pahalgam was, at the cost of suffering of innocent lives who lost their families and the hard-working Indians' fortune. When you say war, all that nonsense will come. You end up paying again Indian ordering for French so-and-so, so-and-so. It is public money. The first course, we do not want war. I'm very clear. Let me make it very clear. We are peace-loving people and we do not want war. At the same time, we condemn the inhuman activities which is being imported from across the border in the name of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir, northeastern region, and also inside India, that Maoist attacks. Police killed 30 Maoists. And Chhattisgarh and Telangana border, 3 policemen lost their lives. There are precious lives, whether this side or that side. But why these things are happening and who are supplying arms to them? That has to be understood. How these terrorists are coming around the mountains, climbing around the mountains. Is it not a failure? Intelligence or security? And how, right from Prime Minister to Chief Minister, all VIPs, including Adani, Ambanis, you have seen in Kumbh Mela, commoners are dying. Tourists in Pahalgam are dying. Now, even you see in Poonch, when shelling happens, they are the innocent people. The same thing other side also. I have told Pakistan I am ready to discuss in 2006 itself. The facts. The poor commoners are suffering, which is exploited by the ruling fraternity and administrators and ISI like Pakistan Army. What is happening in India? Why this failure? Where is the report on Pulwama? That is why kindly don't believe in fake news. And what war is going to bring to both the countries is unsurmountable. And we have heard last Pakistan Defense Minister trying to say, for last 4 days we have been watching and we are ready to go for war with India. These are the statements. Instead, why Pakistan Foreign Minister or Mr. Shahbaz Prime Minister did not rein in those terrorist organizations which are present on their land? Why they did not warn them? Why they did not act them against them legally when they were wanted in India for various things? Why Pakistan is still harboring, and why the world, including China, why are they supplying drones or all such arms to Pakistan? This is the difficulty. On one side, we are there with China, along with Russia and all, G7, G20, That is a different aspect, Brazil and all. But how China supports Pakistan and how China is occupying India. So this is the failing Indian diplomacy of this. Hangama, hangama, only elections and part. That is why political parties, elections, and only election mind. That is why we said partyless India now is the best and for future also. So don't believe in fake news. What has happened yesterday night, it's a shameful thing when our army, our armed forces are waging a battle. I salute them. Why? Because they have selected targets of terrorist organizations very clearly. And they were challenging Pakistan and the world to probe whether they have targeted Pakistani terrorist organizations hideouts or whether they have targeted army installations or common public of Pakistan. That is why I say India is a peace-loving country and it believes in that. So that is why this show is also dedicated to all those wonderful armed forces and all those people who believe in peace and transparency and accountability in the administration. And I am also demanding the government of India, why President, she is the commander-in-chief of armed forces, why is she keeping calm? Why she doesn't come out and address the nation? That is what is really hampering, allowing these fake news factories just to rush through and create a havoc, destroying and disturbing the peace of eternal peace of the people of India and the world. That is why I request her to openly come out and at the same time initiate a debate right from panchayat to parliament on the happening so that every citizen becomes aware of what is really happening. So they will not listen to these fake news or fake channels. Instead, they will have first-hand information and every citizen has a right to react in his own way. He can convey what to do from there to municipalities, then assemblies, and then parliament. That is the beauty of our democracy. They are public representatives. Now they have become party representatives. Now straight away, let us get into our show. And I'm very clear, anyone opposing my show, they are most welcome to contact me on 94404-65339. I will connect you from wherever you are. We can discuss, debate, and you may differ, but it should be as per rule of law, Constitution, invoking Evidential Act, with no enmity against individuals, nor animosity against any organizations or parties. That is the tagline of DRTSPR channels. Mind you, with that, I will connect you from wherever you are. Now, first, let me pay the homage. Where has it gone? Yeah, here it is. Army officer Murli Nayak from Andhra Pradesh was martyred at LOC in Jammu and Kashmir. He lost his life during exchange of fire with Pakistani force. India honors his bravery. Om Shanti again. And again, yesterday also I've played. My heartfelt condolences to all those victims of Poonch and Jaisalmer or in those border areas who have lost their precious lives. DRTSPR channels pays homage. May their souls rest in peace and heartfelt condolences to all those families. Along Poonch, by name, Poonch sector is neglected. This war is not like what you watch, a joystick war or PUBG. Understand? If you want, that is why my demand also through this show, all those political parties or those workers, political party workers, or those sympathizers who are indulging in this, I sincerely demand that they should be requisitioned and they should be brought to the border where the actual fight is happening. Actual war-like situation is there. All these people who are shouting from the rooftop, let them be brought to the borders, including those cinema actors who killed dozens. Let them come now to the borders. Then you understand, you face the heat. Sitting in your AC comfort rooms, don't try to rejoice and don't try to spread fake news or don't try to encourage that is warlike situation anywhere. You should understand if something happens to your near and dear, how bad it would be. Similarly, our soldiers are there fighting the war. Likewise, many other frontline, the border areas, like Poonch, Jaisalmer, and Punjab, where because of Pakistan's illegal, unconventional, against Geneva International Conventions of War, they are indulging in shelling after the Sindoor operation. Mind you, Pakistan, Sindoor was against the terrorists, which you are breathing in Pakistan occupied Kashmir as well as in Pakistan proper, and how long we should suffer. So that is the reason why those attacks were happening. And you, instead of fighting, instead of removing those terrorists hideouts, harboring them, supporting them, you are indulging again in this nonsense. What Pakistan was in 1970s, I will show you. And what is happening to Pakistan now? Balochistan, now a strong force, issued a warning to both China and Pakistan. So it is autolysis for them. So India is also no better fighting the internal extremism or terrorism or Maoism. And you have seen northeastern regions, how they were burning. So we have to settle everything peacefully. Only then you can survive. I will just give you first the latest then I'll go to the minister also. Yeah. This is the latest from today. I've shown you yesterday also. Pakistan used Turkish drones with civil airliner as shield. India then hit its radar station. So I'm just reading you. This is the official news, army news. You can watch it. Pakistan used 300 to 400 Turkish drones to infiltrate Indian airspace at 36 locations along the length and breadth of western borders and used a civil airliner as a shield to prevent a quick hit back Thursday evening, the Indian government has said. The drone intrusion was described by the government Friday as an action to gauge Indian air defense systems and gather intelligence. On the night of 8 and 9 May, the Pakistan army violated Indian airspace several times over the entire western border with the intention of targeting military infrastructure. Not only this, the Pakistani army also fired heavy caliber weapons along the line of control. Around 300 to 400 drones were used to attempt infiltration at 36 locations, said Colonel Sophia Qureshi, briefing the media flanked by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh. The Indian Armed Forces shot down many of these drones using kinetic and non-kinetic means. The possible purpose of such large-scale aerial intrusions was to test air defense systems and collect intelligence. While this is the truth, that is why we said, instead of destroying Pakistan terrorist camps, they are indulging in all this nonsense. So when this is the truth, on 8th and 9th, now what? Our Indian media. That is why I'm saying, don't believe in this. So this is the official site of, again, anyone can watch it on the Facebook Indian Army site. You can go to that to get more. How they have destroyed a drone precisely. These are the wonderful pictures of our armed forces. They are targeting, and it is a proof. And how? And this is also another one to show you what happened on that day.
Missiles targeting Indian military bases. However, Indian Army has successfully brought down an onslaught of drone fires in Pakistan, in parts of Jammu, in Rajasthan, as well as in Punjab. All artillery and drone attacks have been completely foiled by the Indian forces. Indian military said 8 missiles from Pakistan directed at Satwari, Samba, Arispura, and Arnia
announced, etc., for the last night. And those, I'm sure, will continue till the.
But we understand that Operation Sindoor is the response to the last 2 decades of terrorism and not just the Pahalgam terror attack. And India has categorically said that it is targeting terror infrastructure and not Pakistan.
You can watch out. This is there in the official Facebook Indian Army website. So this is what was happening. Now you see how the hooliganism. You see what has happened? I have shown you officially what night of misinformation by India media. Pakistan ki Rajdhani Islamabad par khabza. Zee News claimed that Islamabad has been captured. Now India Today reported an Indian Navy strike on Karachi. India hits Karachi first time since 1971. And I'm not against anyone. I'm trying to show you what is there in the public domain, whether it is Instagram, Twitter, you can find all this. Times now reported that the Indian army entered Pakistan territory. Zee News claimed that Pakistan PME has surrendered. TRP hungry media fueling war hysteria. So that is why some other good friends also from Kerala and other areas and the WhatsApp groups, when they were questioning me, I was shocked. I said, I have told Pakistan, I know what is Pakistan. Don't teach me. And what is this misinformation campaign? Did this happen? Then what is this? Then what is this? This is the official line of our army, which was released today, very clearly saying on the night of 8th and 9th May, today is 9th when I'm doing this show, yesterday was 8th, Pakistan army violated Indian air. Not Indians have gone there and destroyed or captured forts. It is Pakistan violating our airspaces. So how this misinterpretation? Is this not misinformation? See, this is clearly Pakistan used Turkish drones with civil airliner as shield. India then hit its radar station. See, this is the official press conference, said Colonel Sofia Qureshi, briefing the media flanked by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri and Wing Commander Bhumika Singh. Is this not official? Then what is this? Is this not misinformation? Did it go? Is this not misinformation? So this is how DRTSPR channels always stuck to the truth. गुमराह नहीं करना, ये सच्चाई है क्या? तो ये क्या है? ये देखिए, ये सच्चाई है या नहीं? जो आर्मी जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस किया है, सब कुछ दूध का दूध पानी किया है. 8 तारीख कल, 9 तारीख आज का, अब तक क्या हुआ, ये लेटेस्ट आर्मी का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है. वो क्लियरली कहता है कि पाकिस्तान ने हमारे हवाई इसके एयर स्पेस में उन्होंने ड्रोन्स भेजा है, उसको हम नाकाम कर दिया है. जब ये है और हमारी मीडिया किस तरह मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन दे रही है, ये देखिए. पाकिस्तानी राजधानी कराची कब्जा हो गया. इस तरह की गलत समाचार से आप दूर रहिए, आप बच के रहिए. तो आर्मी साइट्स भी मैं बताया, फेसबुक में भी है, ट्विटर में भी जा सकते हैं आप. वहां जाके आप समझने की కోషిష్ कीजिए. మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఇదంతా ఫేక్ న్యూస్ ఇక్కడంతా కూడా చూస్తున్నారు కదా. ప్లస్ ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఆర్మీ ఇది ఇచ్చింది, ఆర్మీ వాళ్ళది. పాకిస్తానే మనపై ఆక్రమణ చేసింది, దాన్ని తిప్పి కొట్టాం అని చెప్పి ఇక చూడండి. ఇది ఇట్లా ఉంటే మనం ఒక తెలుగు ఛానల్ కూడా అది కూడా చూపించాలని నేను. చాలా మంది చాలా పంపారు, ఇది ఇంత పంపారు చూడండి. నేను అన్ని ఒకటొకటి రాసుకొని చెప్తాను, ఎందుకంటే కరెక్ట్ ఉండాలి కదా మనం కూడా ఏది చెప్పినా. ఇక్కడ మలయాళంలో కూడా ఫేక్ వీడియో సర్క్యులేట్ అయింది. they're all believing. You see, I don't know from where they got this information.
మెరుపు వేగంతో పాకను ఢీకొంది. భారత వాయుసేనకు చెందిన యుద్ధ విమానాలు క్షణాల్లో బోర్డర్ దాటి దూసుకుపోయాయి. మిసైళ్లను వర్షంలో కురిపించాయి. పాక్ నిషీధిలో చెలరేగిపోయాయి. టార్గెట్లను ఛేదిస్తూ పాక్ వెన్నులో వణుకు పుట్టించింది ఇండియా. పాక్ ఆర్థిక రాజధాని కరాచీని చీల్చి చెండాడే మిసైల్. బాంబు పేలుళ్లతో పోర్ట్ ఏరియా దద్దరిల్లిపోయింది. అటు ఇస్లామాబాద్ లో కూడా భారత్ అటాక్ పాక్ బెంబేలెత్తిపోయింది. స్వయంగా ప్రధాని షహబాజ్ షరీఫ్ అధికారిక నివాసాన్ని ఖాళీ చేసేశారు, తట్టాపుట్టా సర్దేశారు. అటు ఆర్మీ చీఫ్ కూడా సురక్షిత ప్రాంతాలకు తరలిపోయారు. ఏ క్షణాన్నైనా భారత్ దాడి ఊహించిన రీతిలో ఉండొచ్చన్న భయం పాక్ ను వెన్నాడుతోంది. ఇస్లామాబాద్, లాహోర్, కరాచీ టార్గెట్ గా ఒక్కో నగరంపై వందలాది డ్రోన్లు, మిసైల్ను ప్రయోగిస్తోంది. ఇప్పటికే ఆపరేషన్ సింధూర్ 2 పేరుతో స్కెచ్ చేసిన భారత్ పాక్ కవ్వింపుతో చావ కొడుతోంది, చాచి కొడుతోంది. పాక్ కాళరాత్రిని చూపిస్తోంది. తెల్లారేసరికి పాక్ ఆట కట్టించే విధంగా భారత ఆర్మీ చెలరేగిపోతుంది. భారత్ ప్రతి దాడితో పాక్ ఉక్కిరి బిక్కిరి అవుతుంది.
ఇది మూర్తి గారు మరి ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చిందో వారు చెప్పాలి. నేనేమైనా తప్పు చూపిస్తే మూర్తి గారు క్షమించండి, నేను ఆ తప్పు సరిదిద్దుకోవడానికి రెడీ ఉన్నా. నా నంబరు 9440465339. మూర్తి గారు మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ ఇది కూడా మీరు చూడాలా. ఇది ప్రెస్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్. మీరు కూడా ఒక పాత్రికేయుడు కాబట్టి పాత్రికేయుల సమావేశంలో వాళ్ళు నిన్న ఏం జరిగింది, ఈ రోజు ఏం జరిగింది, ఇదంతా క్లుప్తంగా ఇచ్చారు. పాకిస్తానే మనపై ఆక్రమణ చేసింది, మనం కాదు అక్కడ ఆక్రమణ చేసింది అని చెప్తున్నారు. మళ్ళీ మీరు చెప్పింది కరెక్టా? మీరు సమాచారం ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చిందో మీరు చెప్పాలి. Similar way, all the channels have reported like this. From where did they get this information? They have to prove to the people. Not only that, see, this is the fake news. Idi ఏ విధంగా వచ్చింది? From where did they get? Is it true? Is it true? Now they have to reveal this. From where did they get this information? And also, they are again asking for boycott of Azerbaijan. Now we will listen to our Union Minister.
नहीं बुलाया। देखिए, फेक न्यूज के बारे में हमारे कई सदस्यों ने उठाया है। जो फेक न्यूज है, हमारा देश का एकता को कमजोर करने के लिए कई गलत नैरेटिव्स या फेक न्यूज चलाने का प्रयास कर रहा है। इसका मुद्दा सामने में आया है और हम अपील करना चाहते हैं कि ऐसे समय में कोई फेक न्यूज गलत तरीके से नैरेटिव कोई अगर चलाते हैं बाहर से देश के अंदर में, तो उसको विश्वास ना करें और कोई भी न्यूज ऑथेंटिक हो तभी इसको विश्वास करें। तो ब्रीफिंग या अधिकारियों को नहीं बुलाया।
मंत्री जी, ये आपका किरण रिजिजू, भारतीय नौसेना ने कराची में किया हमला, ये क्या आपका ही था क्या? बताइए आप, फिर आप ज्ञान दिया है यहाँ पर।
देखिए, फेक न्यूज के बारे में हमारे कई सदस्यों ने उठाया है। जो फेक न्यूज है, हमारा देश का एकता को कमजोर करने के लिए कई गलत नैरेटिव्स या फेक न्यूज चलाने का प्रयास कर रहा है। इसका मुद्दा सामने में आया है और हम अपील करना चाहते हैं कि ऐसे समय में कोई फेक न्यूज गलत तरीके से नैरेटिव कोई अगर चलाते हैं बाहर से देश के अंदर में, तो उसको विश्वास ना करें और कोई भी न्यूज ऑथेंटिक हो तभी इसको विश्वास करें। तो ब्रीफिंग या अधिकारियों को
तब मेरे आप संविधान के ऊपर प्रमाण करके आप मंत्री बने। संविधान माने प्रजा, नागरिक, आप कोई देवता कुछ ये नहीं है। पहले फर्जी ट्वीट किया किरण रिजिजू, ये जो है ये अमरीश जी ने ये 12:54 AM on 9th May 25, आपने इसको ट्वीट किया है या नहीं, पहले आप उसको बताइए। ये अमरीश मोरजकर इंस्टाग्राम में इनका पोस्टिंग है। आप जो भारतीय नौसेना ने कराची में किया हमला 12:54 AM को आपने ये ट्वीट किया है नहीं। आप एक केंद्र मंत्री है, संविधान के ऊपर प्रमाण करके और ऐसे नाजुक स्थिति में, और जो भी ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग जो वो भी गलत है क्योंकि पार्टी नहीं है, नागरिकों को समझाना है। लेकिन आप ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग में प्रधानमंत्री गायब, और ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग 2 बार आप ही यहाँ के लोगों को बताया, देश को बताया। तो अगर आपको इतनी जिम्मेदारी है आपके ऊपर, क्या आपने ये ट्वीट 9 तारीख माने आज रात में देर 12:54 AM जैसे ही 9 तारीख आया, आपका ट्वीट ये सही है या नहीं, पहले आप ये बताइए। भारतीय, क्योंकि इसका 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 मूल बोध रहेगा भारतीय। मैं इसको मैं
देखिए,
पोस्टर में
फेक
निकालने
न्यूज
वाला
के
हूं,
बारे में हमारे कई सदस्यों ने उठाया है।
क्योंकि
जो
ये
फेक न्यूज है, हमारा देश
9th May
का
25
एकता को कमजोर करने के लिए कई गलत नैरेटिव्स या फेक न्यूज चलाने का प्रयास कर रहा है। इसका मुद्दा सामने में आया है और हम अपील करना चाहते हैं कि ऐसे समय में कोई फेक न्यूज गलत तरीके से नैरेटिव कोई अगर चलाते हैं बाहर से देश के अंदर में, तो उसको विश्वास ना करें और कोई भी न्यूज ऑथेंटिक हो तभी इसको विश्वास करें।
करेक्ट बोला आपने। आपका ये ट्वीट आप ही किया या नहीं, आप अमरीश मुरजकर ने जो बाहर लगाया है, कि मैं आपको आधार के साथ बता रहा हूं, अगर आप ये ट्वीट किया क्यों किया ऐसा नाजुक स्थिति में? इसके वजह से पूरा रात पूरा मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन कैंपेन चला। अगर ये केंद्र मंत्री ऐसा ट्वीट करता, अगर आप ट्वीट नहीं किया, अमरीश मुराज के ऊपर आप कानूनी तौर पर ये ले सकते। और आप हमारे चैनल पे भी स्वागत है, आप जहां पर भी हो आपको कनेक्ट करके हमने शो करने का तय किया है। लेकिन आपको बताना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आप ही ने ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग का जिम्मा लिया, सबको समाचार दिया। अगर आप ये ट्वीट जो बता रहा है भारतीय नौसेना ने कराची में किया हमला, अगर आपने किया है किस वजह से किया, और आप विथड्रॉ किया है क्यों विथड्रॉ किया, इससे पूरा इस तरह की नैरेटिव, फेक नैरेटिव जो है बिल्डअप हुआ या नहीं, आप जिम्मेदार होंगे या नहीं उसके लिए, इसके लिए आप जिम्मेदार होंगे या नहीं, मंत्री रिजिजू आपको बताना ही पड़ेगा। जब ऐसी नाजुक स्थिति में मैं अब चलता हूं, जो पहलगाम में जिसने अपने को खोया, वो क्या बता रही है।
આર્મી હતી ત્યાં અને જે ટુરિસ્ટ પ્લેસ છે ત્યાં કોઈ આર્મી મેન નહીં, કોઈ પોલીસ મેન નહીં, કે કોઈ ફર્સ્ટ એડ કિટ નહીં, કાંઈ જ સુવિધા નહીં. એમાંથી એક આર્મી મેન એવું કહે છે કે તમે લોકો ઉપર ફરવા શું કામ જાઓ છો? હવે તમે મને એ વાતનો જવાબ દો. જો આ રીતનું હતું તો તમે અમને જવાબ શું કામ દો છો? નહીં, હવે હવે મારા ઘરનો સ્તંભ વયો ગયો છે. હવે તમે મને મને પાછો આપો, મને પાછો આપો. મારે બીજું કઈ ન જોઈએ. આજ પછી કોઈ દિવસ કોઈ વોટ જ નહીં કરતા. જો આપણી ગવર્મેન્ટને પોતાની જ સુવિધા રાખવી છે, તમારા પાછળ કેટલા વીઆઈપી હોય છે, કેટલી ગાડીઓ હોય છે, તમારો જીવ છે. આ ટેક્સ પે કરે છે એનો જીવ નથી. આ છોકરાઓનું શું, આનું ભવિષ્ય શું? આને ડોક્ટર બનાવી છે, આને એન્જિનિયર બનાવો છો, હું કઈ રીતે બનાવીશ? લાખોની સંખ્યામાં.
She is clearly a victim who lost her near and dear. She says today's truth: lakhs in uniform, still no army, no police, no first aid, but VIPs enjoy Z category on our taxes. See how Amit Shah goes there. How Amit Shah goes there with red carpet welcome, even to pay last respects. Every year, lakhs of people visit this tourist spot, but there is no army, no police, no first aid, not even basic facilities here. If this place is so dangerous, why are we even allowed to come? I have lost my entire family. Only my son and daughter are with me now. Tell me who will answer for this? Politicians get every luxury. VIPs have full security. But for common people like us, nothing. Is our life worth nothing? Is only your life important? Right from Prime Minister Amit Shah and all the politicians, including National Conference, Congress leaders, is your life important? But not the life of a commoner. Tourist is gone there after your advertisements. So cases should be booked against, and Jammu and Kashmir is under, it's a union territory. Lieutenant Governor, law and order comes under Lieutenant Governor and Union Home Minister Amit Shah. So the cases should be booked against them or not. Politicians get every luxury. VIPs have full security, but for common people like us, nothing. Is our life worth nothing? Is only your life important? I wanted to make my children doctors and engineers. Now, how will I do that? I have no one left behind me. Just answer me that. A heartbroken woman from Gujarat who lost everything, but is still standing strong for her kids, Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Modi. What is this going on? That is why I said Pulwama report, make it public. How dare these terrorists have come into Pahalgam and they have asked them, be made to remove pants in front of our women, and they shot them dead, citing the religion. How could they do that? This is $1 million question. Till today, are those terrorists who have indulged in this, have they been in court? Have they been brought to book? You have waged a war, as you have done in Bagalkot, now Sindoor. But those who have indulged in this heinous crime in Pahalgam, have they been caught or not, Mr. Amit Shah and Modi? First, you inform that. And all party meeting, all political parties also are equally responsible. Have they been caught? Who have masterminded them? How did they enter into India and Pahalgam? And who have accosted them? Who have provided them shelter? And why tourists who were invited after that were allowed no security at all? We have seen BJP president of Jammu and Kashmir with 20 people. He is doing a video with 20 security men all around. But how is that a commoner who's paying money and visiting is not provided that basic security? And they say It is just stones away from that. There is a post, army post. How is that army was not at all aware? This is Mr. Murthy's I have already shown you. And you have another one who is questioning.
इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं आया या कोई भी किसी ने भी अकाउंटेबिलिटी क्यों नहीं लिया है? वो बात कर रहे हैं हम पानी रोक देंगे, हम पाकिस्तान का ये कर देंगे, हम वो कर देंगे। अरे पानी रोकने से क्या होगा? आप मुझे बताइए, आप क्या सरकार और क्या डिफेंस और क्या आप होम मिनिस्ट्री चला रहे हैं? आपसे अभी तक वो आतंकवादी पकड़े तक नहीं गए हैं। बेवकूफ नहीं है हम लोगों को सब समझ आता है। और जो लोग बेवकूफ बन के घर में बैठे हैं और हिंदू मुस्लिम कर रहे हैं ना, तो बात बात पे ये बात कह रहे हैं कि मुसलमान ही आतंकवादी होता है। तो मैं उनसे ये सवाल करती हूँ, 1984 के दंगों में जो सिख समुदाय मरा था, उसको क्या मुसलमान ने मारा था? जिन्होंने जय श्री राम के नारे लगाकर मुसलमानों को उकसाया कि आप जय श्री राम बोलो, और जब उन्होंने नहीं बोला तो उनका कत्ल कर दिया गया। क्या आप उसको इस श्रेणी में नहीं लेकर आएंगे? क्या आप उसको आतंकवाद नहीं कहेंगे? क्या आप उसको नहीं कहेंगे कि धर्म देखकर मारा गया है? तो जुनैद को कैसे मारा गया था? मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ तबरेज अंसारी जैसे लोगों को, उन सबको भी तो ऐसे ही मारा गया है ना। जब आप मस्जिद में जाके अपना भगवा लहराते हैं, जो राजस्थान में हुआ था, उसने क्या कह के किस तरह से गोली चलाई थी, तब कोई हिंदू क्यों नहीं मरा था? बात बात ये कहना कि इस्लाम ही ऐसा है, इस्लाम ही ऐसा है, तो आई एम सॉरी, इस्लाम उनको इजाजत नहीं देता था इस तरह के कत्लेआम करने का। तो मेरे नजर में वो किसी धर्म के थे ही नहीं। रादर देन जिसने ये सब किया उसको पकड़ने की बजाय आप अपने देश में अपने ही लोगों को लड़वा रहे हो। क्यों सरकार आती नहीं है प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने और बोलती क्यों नहीं है लोगों को कि इसमें कश्मीरियों का क्या कसूर है, उन स्टूडेंट्स का क्या कसूर है इसमें? क्या वो इंसान नहीं है? आपने कभी कश्मीरियों को अपना समझा ही नहीं है। आपने सिर्फ और सिर्फ कश्मीर को अपना माना है। हमारे हिंदू भाइयों को उन मुसलमान भाइयों ने ही बचाया है, राम राज्य बना दिया है मोदी जी ने। तो आपको 50-50 कमांडोज की क्या जरूरत है? मैं डिसअपॉइंटेड हूं इस देश की जनता से, क्योंकि 80% जनता सिर्फ और सिर्फ हिंदू मुसलमान करती है। वो सरकार से एक बार ये तक नहीं पूछती कि नौकरियां कहाँ हैं और विमेन सेफ्टी कहाँ है, लोगों की सेफ्टी कहाँ है। आज 3 दिन हो गए हैं, अभी तक एक भी इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं आया या कोई भी किसी ने भी अकाउंटेबिलिटी क्यों नहीं लिया है? वो बात कर रहे हैं हम पानी रोक देंगे, हम पाकिस्तान का ये कर देंगे, हम वो कर देंगे। अरे पानी रोकने से क्या होगा? आप मुझे
Just showing you another one.
नहीं है कि वो आपके लिए है, ये राजनीति के लिए है। जैसे एम्स, आपको लगता है कि आपके लिए है, इसमें आपकी क्या गलतफहमी है? तुम एम्स में नंबर लगाओ। सपोज करो किसी को कैंसर फर्स्ट स्टेज में है, एम्स में नंबर आते हैं तो इसका 4th स्टेज हो जाएगा। बशर्ते आप राजनेता नहीं है। अगर आप राजनेता हैं, आपको खांसी हो जाएगा, तुरंत नंबर लग जाएगा, तुरंत। तो ये एलिट क्लास के लिए बनाया गया था। मीडिया आप मर जाओगे, आपको नहीं पूछेगा कोई। लेकिन अगर राजनेता कोई बोल देगा फलाना आदमी ने ऐसा कर दिया, आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे, तुरंत पहुंच जाएगा। समझ में गया? बच्चा मर रहा है, वो उस मीडिया को नहीं दिखेगा, वो नहीं दिखेगा। लेकिन अगर बच्चा ठंड से ठिठुर रहा है, अगर कंबल ओढ़ लिया तो मीडिया दिखाएगी। देखिए, देखो भारत में जो मीडिया है ना, ये आपकी गलतफहमी है कि वो आपके लिए है, ये राजनीति के लिए है। जैसे एम्स, आपको
I'm trying to show all, and this already I have shown, and this is Army's official website, and this also, let us listen. There are so many videos.
नहीं आप बोलिए। मंजूर अहमद,
तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे? मोदी साहब ने भी बिहार से भाषण में कह दिया है, अब तो आतंकवाद का नामो निशान मिटा देंगे, मिट्टी में मिला देंगे।
ये तो वो पीएम हाउस से भी बोल सकता, दिल्ली से बिहार जाने की क्या जरूरत थी?
नहीं, वहाँ उनका कार्यक्रम लगा हुआ था।
नहीं लगा हुआ नहीं, तो उससे पहले कानपुर में उसको जाना था, तो फिर बिहार कैसे चले गए?
उनका तो कार्यक्रम रद्द किया ना उन्होंने।
वोट बैंक,
वोट बैंक के लिए।
जी बिल्कुल, आप भी समझदार हो, हम भी समझ।
लगता है कि यहाँ पे भी जो ये पहलगांव में जो घटना हुआ है, ये भी वोट बैंक का है।
लिसन, जब मैं वहां पे मणिपुर से 2 साल से चल रहा जब मेला, जब प्रधानमंत्री वहां नहीं गए, वो उस टाइम भी वेकेशन पे गए थे, उस टाइम वापस नहीं आए, तो इस टाइम वापस कैसे आ गए? पॉइंट है ना। फिर अमित शाह जी यहाँ पे आए थे, फिर मोदी जी बिहार चले गए, ये क्या मसला है? तो वहां पे मतलब जो भाषण देना था वो पीएम हाउस से भी दे सकते थे।
तो आपको लगता है कि ये पाकिस्तान का हाथ नहीं, इंडिया वालों ने करा है?
पाकिस्तान तो पहले से ही कर रहा है ना। मेरे बोलने से क्या होगा? ये तो आपकी मीडिया चैनल बता रही है, रोज बता रही है। आज तो नया नहीं सुनना है ना, हम 40 साल से सुन रहे हैं। 42 के ईयर्स हो गए हम।
370 हटी, कुछ बदलाव देखने को मिला?
370 से इससे लेना देना क्या है? अभी तो इलेक्शन नहीं है ना, प्रचार करोगे।
कुछ लोगों ने कहा 370 हटने से यहाँ पर अमन चैन हुआ, विकास की रफ्तार बढ़ी और बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी हुई, युवाओं के हित में बहुत सारे काम हुए।
देखिए, यहाँ पे जो हुआ सिर्फ पत्थरबाजी बंद हुआ है, बाकी जो कश्मीर पहले ऐसे था वैसे ही है, और कोई यहाँ पे नया चीज नहीं हुआ है।
मतलब उतनी बर्फ गिर रही है, उतना ही सेफ लग रहा है।
नहीं सेफ लग रहा है।
जो दहशत है यहाँ पर, दहशतगर्दी जो हुई है, वो दोबारा ना घटे, ऐसी घटना, उसके लिए क्या कदम उठाना चाहिए?
देखिए, होम मिनिस्टर जो है ना, उनको सोचना चाहिए। सिक्योरिटी लैप्स हुई है, ये न्यूज में नहीं आ रहा। आप जो जहां पे घटना घटी है वहां पे 3 किलोमीटर दूर पे कैंप है। आप जाओ, अगर आप पत्रकार, सच्चे पत्रकार हो, वहां पे जाना चाहिए आपको एक बार। वहां पे कैंप है। तो आज आतंकवादी आए कहां से?
चूक जो हुई है उसको तो मान रहे हैं कि हमसे ये चूक हुई है।
चूक हुई है ना भाई, तो कश्मीरी को क्यों बदनाम कर रहा है इतने चैनलों पे? जी न्यूज, आज तक, आर भारत है। रूबी का लियाकत क्या कर रही थी परसों वहां पे? उसको तो कश्मीरी को बदनाम नहीं करना चाहिए ना। हमने यहाँ पे होटल, गाड़ी फ्री दिया है। उपकार नहीं किया हिंदुस्तान के लोगों के पे। वो हमारे भाई है, वो हमारी बहनी है। आपके अंबानी, अडानी,
हिंदुस्तान के लोगों,
सुनिए मेरी बात पहले।
हिंदुस्तान और कश्मीर देश अलग है।
हम बोल रहे वो हमारे भाई बहन है। पहले मेरी बात सुनो। जो आपके अंडानी अंबानी साहब है, उसने फ्लाइट की टिकट कम कर दी। या यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट मर रहे, 40,000 की टिकट थी, आप उसमें कम कर दिया उसने? बताइए। वो भी तो इंडियन है। अब वो हिंदुस्तानी है कि हम हिंदुस्तानी है? ये मुझे बताओ। जिसने अपने घर छोड़ दिए, खाना चाहते।
कहाँ जा रहे हो भाई साहब? हम तो आपसे बात करने आए।
नहीं, आप
क्या
बोलिए।
नाम है आपका?
And I'll just show, this is the fake news. Don't believe in that. India is doing wonderfully well. We are a peace-loving country, and our armed forces are retaliating in a much, much better way, and as per the Geneva Conventions. And they are prepared for everything. Mind you, India is ready and prepared for everything. And before I say bye, I would always try to bring you what has happened in 1 second. The satirical view, yes, I will definitely bring. This, what Indira Gandhi has said in USA.
That it is not the task of any one country to say to another what they should do, even if it is a question of helping. It is my duty to put the situation in my country and its neighborhood, to give my assessment of the situation to the leaders of the countries I visit. It is for them then, with their own assessment and what they hear from me, to make up their minds what they think about it and what they should do about it. I believe that it is not the task of any one country to say to another what they should do, even if it is a question of helping. It is my duty to put the situation in my country and its neighborhood, to give my assessment of the situation to the leaders of the countries I visit. It is for them then, with their own assessment and what they hear from me, to make up their.
Just showing some excerpts what a leader should be and what they should do. So that was like when comedians held for jokes, why not others for misinformation? This is another thing which is just going around. If comedians can be held accountable for jokes, why can't news media be held accountable for misinformation? Fine. I'm trying to, you should go for only verified information only. And Turkish warship Buyukada arrives in Karachi. Ankara calls it routine amid India-Pakistan tensions, but Azerbaijan and Turkish are supporting. So this is the time how we failed in our diplomacy. And again, this was mass migration from Poonch after the attack. Very sorry to say. After Sindoor, Pakistan resorted to shelling of border areas, whether it is Rajasthan or Poonch or Punjab. So the border areas are affected. The people are migrating. Many innocents have been killed. After Pahalgam, this is another inhuman act by Pakistan. Another inhuman act by Pakistan. just trying to bring you. I've shown you. And also the Congress files complaint against DD journalist for portraying Karge as traitor. There are many, and I'm trying to show you. Let us listen to our diplomat.
This is something that, let's ask Reuters, but my larger sense is that there is no evidence of that. We haven't actually confirmed any such thing. The better point is to ask actually if all of this is true and if Pakistan has essentially succeeded in making its point as it wanted to, why are they not stopping? The question you have to ask yourself, however, is the other one, which is that if Pakistan says it's retaliating, as my colleague, the Pakistan High Commissioner said here yesterday, what are they retaliating about? They're retaliating against attacks on terrorism infrastructure. So what does that tell you of their relationship with the terror groups?
Well, they're saying that they're distancing themselves completely from Pahalgam, and they're saying they had nothing to do with it. They've said that they've asked for an investigation, and India has refused an international investigation that they were happy to cooperate in.
Well, this is a story we've heard multiple times before. In 2016, after the Pathankot attack, which you referred to, we offered them an unprecedented amount of access to an Indian Air Force base, which had been attacked at Pathankot. DNA samples, telephone records, the whole works. It was supposed to be a joint investigation. We never got invited for the second part of it. And frankly, each time, if you go all the way back to 2008, the Mumbai terror attacks, where a substantial amount of information and material evidence was provided to the world and to Pakistan, who made the same generous offer of cooperation. All they've used it for is to hide their tracks and to take away fundamentally what are assets of their deep state.
So this is what our UK diplomat is very categorical and clear. And also I'll try to show you what really happened during the Mumbai attack, how the then government acted. It's there in the Twitter. You can see Pragnya Gupta. What did the Manmohan government do after 26/11 attacks? I'm not going into bugs or whoever it is. Whoever I have asked, I'm just trying to enlarge it. As they rejoice their jingoism, mad with fake news peddled in. Well, here is what the Manmohan Singh government actually did. Right during the attack, the NSG was deployed. Not a single of those terrorists were spared. All of them were dug out of their holes, trapped and killed. Ajmal Kasab was arrested and sent to trial. This is 2008 Mumbai attack. I've told you, the other port is Karachi, the other side of the coast is Karachi, the side is Mumbai. A clear link of his terrorist activities was established, which was used to isolate Pakistan internationally and push them in a corner. He was then hanged. No, he was not given biryani feast. That was a lie, which has by now been busted. Each and every of those terrorists were killed. The government took responsibility of the lapse of security. The CM of Maharashtra resigned. The Home Minister of Maharashtra resigned. The Union Minister of Home Affairs resigned. The government held itself accountable to the people of India. Why Amit Shah has not resigned, whether it is Defense Minister or Modi, after Pulwama, after we lost 2018, more than 40 army jawans. Now Pahalgam, in between attacks on our army headquarters, Anantnag and all. Why no minister has resigned? Why Union Home Minister Amit Shah has not resigned? The government held itself accountable to the people of India. What Manmohan Singh government did not do, it did not go into a muzzle-flexing, hyper-nationalist mode. It did not invite Pakistan to come on our soil and do a joint investigation of the terrorist attack. It did not let any of the terrorists escape and then use the media to focus on internal communal hate mongering. It did not target the entire community of Indian Muslims for something that they had no hand in. It did not make war claims against Pakistan and put the entire nation in a crazed, bloodthirsty mode. It did not go into a jingoistic frenzy, leading the nation into what can end up in a nuclear catastrophe. Do you know why they did not go all war crazy? Because they have actually fought wars. They know the price the nation has to pay to go into war and the devastation that happens and the way a war sets back a nation by decades. Just see what is happening in Israel and in that Middle East area. And also, you see what is happening in between Ukraine and Russia. So wherever, then whatever has happened in between South Korea and North Korea, and what is, they're all given rise to arms race instead of focusing on the human index, the life improvement, the standards of life improvement, spending more on arms, which European countries, America and Russia provide. You invest on them and you keep fighting with each other. You destroy your generations. Mind you, you are destroying your generations. At the same time, you are destroying the atmosphere, wonderful environment in and around. And not only that, in doing so, eternally, you have made that enmity to pass on to generations. While those supplying arms, they are very happy. And United Nations, I don't know why it is there. It has never allowed any war. God bless them. Many of you not even witnessed a war, much less been affected by it. Do you know why they did not go all war crazy? Because they have actually fought wars. They know the price the nation has to pay to go into war and the devastation that happens and the way a war sets back a nation by decades. Many of you have not even witnessed a war, much less been affected by it. Neither have. But let me tell you this, an actual war is nothing like PUBG. You do not get respawned in a different location to fight again and again till you are bored and then switch off your console. People actually die. Soldiers die. Innocents who have not signed up for a war die. Homes are destroyed. Livelihoods are destroyed. It is easy for a pot-bellied unkilled to sit in his living room and shout Bharat Mata Ki Jai while sipping in on his chilled Gau Matra and demanding war, war, war. But before you do that, take a pause. Talk to the army wives who have lost their husbands. Talk to the mothers who have lost their sons. They will all tell you that they were proud of their family members losing their lives to defend the country. But ask them if they want a war or if war is the solution, and most of them will give you a straight no. It is easy for people like you. You have never been near a contested border to enjoy a war on the media. That is why I was demanding all those political party activists and the sympathizers and who are indulging in all this daily euphoria, they should all be sent to the border area, including those filmy heroes who kill hundreds. They should all be posted now in the border area so that our army men who are there in the border service, they will get some time to come and join their families. But if ever a bombshell drops near your house, you will crap in your pants. Disclaimer, meanwhile, all the attacks by us on Islamabad, Karachi made by the Godi media last night stand cancelled. If you are done with phase one of your jingoism, you can now go back to your offices and discuss this war with enthusiasm during your lunch hours or at home, safely if the evenings with your wives. Courtesy Darshan Monkar. And you can just, because I always give you a source, I did not give you as a journalist, but we believe in truth. Pragnya Gupta, you can attend to her, you can speak to her. And before I say bye, what a war can, I've shown you how the mass migration is already happening in Poonch and border areas.
And two of the smallest nuclear powers with only a few hundred weapons of about the size of the Hiroshima bomb. We might die as unintended consequences that the Indian and Pakistani generals never even gave us a thought about. My colleagues, Luke Oman and Alan Roebuck, calculated the spread of smoke after a war between India and Pakistan. It only takes about 2 weeks for the smoke to cover the entire Earth. And it would rise to altitudes between 20 and 50 miles above the surface. At those altitudes, it never rains. The smoke would stay there for years. This farmer may be in Europe or in the United States, but many thousands of miles from Pakistan and India. is looking at the smoky sky above him and down at the crops that have died in his field from lack of light and cold temperatures. It's estimated that in a war between India and Pakistan, that we would lose 10 to 40% of the yields of corn, wheat, and rice for years afterward because of the bad weather. The entire world only has enough food to feed the population for 60 days unless agriculture produces more food. Ira Helfand, a member of the Nobel Peace Prize winning International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War, has estimated that 1 to 2 billion people would die after a war between India and Pakistan of starvation. And after a full-scale nuclear war, temperatures would plunge below ice age conditions. We would be in a nuclear winter. No crops would grow. It's estimated that 90% of the population of the planet would starve to death, and civilization would be destroyed. And no one would be safe. Not those in countries with no nuclear weapons, not those in countries that didn't participate in the war, and not those on the other side of the planet from where the explosions occurred. No one would be safe. I bet you're not getting a warm and fuzzy feeling out of this talk. But we don't have to just keep plodding on like we have been, walking toward disaster. We can do things to stop a nuclear war and prevent global starvation and the end of human civilization. In the 1980s, politicians recognized the dangers of a nuclear conflict and did things about it. Nowadays, politicians don't seem to understand the dangers of these wars, and the younger generations hardly give nuclear conflict a thought. Even a war between India and Pakistan, two of the smallest.
So this is it. Already we are suffering with the temperature changes. They have by Western countries in the form of greenhouse gases and all blah, blah, blah. So they have already destroyed. Now this war will do no better. It is going to cause, I can't even imagine. So before I say bye, let us have a satirical aspect on the yesterday's misinformation. And today's too.
क्या गोदी मीडिया धीरे धीरे बंद हो रहा है? I mean, no, seriously. Few days back, I showed you this advertisement of Bagar Billah. Republic is starting a influencer incubator program where when he was talking about कि चलो मैं कुछ influencers तैयार करता हूँ. Let's go to digital market. हम समझे नहीं उस वक्त क्योंकि टेलीविजन मार्केट बंद हो रहा है इसलिए let's go to digital market. We didn't get it, guys. Yes, this is happening. Let me give you one more proof. Mirror now. It's shut. बंद हो रहा है वो. और वो सब छोड़ दो हम बात कर रहे थे तिहाड़ी को दूरदर्शन पे 14 करोड़ का पैकेज मिल रहा है टैक्स पेयर्स मनी एंड ऑल दैट कुछ बात आगे बढ़ी नो उल्टा तिहाड़ी ने थोड़े दिनों पहले ट्वीट किया था कि एक स्टार्टअप है क्या आप मुझे ज्वाइन करेंगे डिड यू गेट माय पॉइंट व्हाई इज मेकिंग सच काइंड ऑफ अ मूव यस द न्यूज मार्केट इज कोलैप्सिंग थैंक्स टू गोदी मीडिया सबका भोजम हो गया और मैं कह रहा था ना ये देश की जनता को कब तक मूर्ख बनाएंगे और ये जो जनता न्यूज देखना छोड़ रही है वो कहाँ वो जा रही है उन लोगों के पास जो सच्चाई बताने की हिम्मत रख रहे हैं मतलब आप समझ रहे हो ऑनेस्ट लोग बहुत सारे सबके पास जनता शिफ्ट हो रही है इसका असर ये पड़ रहा है कि टेलीविजन चैनल्स बंद होते जा रहे हैं रिसेंटली शिव अरू सिंह वन क्या गोदी मीडिया धीरे धीरे बंद हो रहा है I mean, no, seriously. Few days back.
Yeah. Before I say bye, once again, I try to show you the official. Yeah. This is the official. Pakistan used Turkish drones with civil airliner as shield. India then hit its radar station. It is the latest. And while doing the show, I could get this. Pakistan used 300 to 400 Turkish drones to infiltrate. And you have seen the drone intrusion was described by the government Friday as an action to gauge Indian. On the night of 8 and 9 May, the Pakistan army violated Indian airspace several times over the entire western border. So and so. Not only this, the Pakistan army also fired so and so. Said Colonel Sophia Qureshi briefing the media flanked by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh. The Indian Armed Forces shot down many of these drones using kinetic and non-kinetic means. The possible purpose of large-scale aerial intrusions was to test air defense systems and collect. And you can collect, see, you can have this information at various places. And they were all comments, and I've gathered this from the Instagram, the print. And these are the official news from the army, and you should believe in this, not in anything else. That will end you up into. So I only hope I have shown you everything. And before we say bye again, may these brave soldiers' soul rest in peace. Murali Naik from Andhra Pradesh was martyred at LOC in Jainki. He lost his life during exchange of fire with Pakistani forces. Such wonderful soldiers are making us to sleep in a peaceful, in a refreshing way. But in our drawing rooms, sitting before the TV, eating our food, let us not shout all these nonsensical things that we want war. Precious lives are lost. And how environment gets destroyed also I have shown you. The war, every nation has to pay a price. So the best way is to strengthen our security. The security lapses happened. Those who are at the helm of those security, they should own the responsibility and resign. And at the same time, expose Pakistan to such a level wherein in the next series, I'm going to show you what Pakistan was in 1970s and how it is going to be destroyed by its own intricacies having association with China. Balochistan is already there on their head. And along with these terrorist organizations, because a terrorist has no religion, nor caste or creed, because they are not at all humans. If they are humans, will they indulge in such a heinous crime in Pahalgam, wherein they asked them to remove the pants, check the religions, and shot them dead? Those fellows have to be prosecuted. Did India catch them? That has to be made very clear to India as well as the entire world is looking at you. Did you capture them? Have they been killed or anything initiated against them? How did they come into India? That should be the biggest story. Alongside, our border areas are being shelled. Again, Poonch has lost more than 15 other border areas also. The same thing is happening as Pakistan, indirectly through terrorism and directly through this illegal aspects of war against international conventions of war, shelling the borders, wherein they are innocent people, they have no security at all. But here too, how India failed to understand to protect its borders after Sindoor operation. Again, this is mind-boggling. After Pahalgam, Sindoor, after Sindoor, border areas have been targeted and precious lives are being lost, including our soldiers. Again, once again, DRTSPR channels place its homage, respects to those departed souls. May their souls rest in peace, and heartfelt condolences to all those families. At the same time, the disclaimer is very clear. Whoever has got any doubt, if they are differing with me, my number is 9440465339. You can contact me. You can share every evidences through your WhatsApp, because this show purely runs on rule of law, constitution, invoking evidential act with no enmities against an individual nor animosities against any parties or organizations. Now, we clearly say nation first. Nation means all those wonderful citizens. Every citizen has a right, and all those elected and selected, they are nothing but they are public servants only. When such is the case, the correct information should be given to every citizen, right from panchayat to parliament, so that this misinformation campaign stops once for all, as our brave soldiers are waging a war against terrorists. Because, you know, in a conventional way, army fights. Air Force is their navy. But in an unconventional war like this terrorism, you do not know, because these terrorists are inhuman to the core. So when we are fighting such a unconventional war, we should always be that alert and give all our necessary support to all those wonderful armed forces. At least now, the President of India should come out and address the nation and should take lead of all the activities as She is the Commander-in-Chief. Thank you very much. Do support DRTSPR channels, Citizens DRTSPR channel, and Environment People DRTSPR channels. They're all in larger public interest only. Jai Hind.